This morning I was having a reflection, and in my mind the word came up: ordinary people. I've not been at Open Doors very long, but since I've been here I've had such a wonderful time, and I had the opportunity to spend time with a bishop from Iraq, and I heard such amazing stories that he told me around facing extremists and how he stood strong in the midst of persecution. What really blew my mind was when I asked him, "What would you have wanted to be if you was not a bishop?" He turned around and said to me, "I wanted to be a dancer." I shook my head. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. A dancer. And he said, "Yes." I said, "What type of dancer?" He said, "A hip hop dancer." It blew my mind. I could not believe what I was hearing, but I realized straight away, here was an ordinary person. Someone who was ordinary, who is giving their life to the Lord to be doing extraordinary things. Now, I read a story in the Bible from Gideon. In Judges 6, it says this. In verse 12, it says, "When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, 'The Lord is with you, mighty warrior.'" Now, at this time, Gideon is not a warrior. Gideon is not a soldier. He's just an ordinary guy. But God sees him completely differently. And what was so good was Gideon himself didn't actually see himself as anything. He says here later on, it says in verse 15, "Pardon me, Lord," Gideon replied, "but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family." God has given him instructions to go out and save Israel. He doesn't see himself as anything, as anybody, but God sees him as a mighty warrior. He believes he is the least in his family, and his family is the least in his area. So as I reflect on someone like the bishop from Iraq, someone like Gideon, people that don't see themselves as anything, I realize God is really into using ordinary people. So today, my encouragement to you is, if you sit there and think to yourself that I'm just ordinary, I don't know what to do in life, I don't even feel that God can use me, I'm telling you, the people I've met who have done extraordinary things are just ordinary people, but they have committed themselves to be obedient to the Lord. So today, my encouragement to you is, let's be obedient to God and let him use you and see him do extraordinary things.